Okay.
Welcome back to another episode of Convos with your mom's favorites with hosts Moe and Greg. I am Mo.
I am Greg.
And we are back with another episode for the people.
Yeah.
And we are joined today by a special guest.
Yeah.
He's not a special guest. He's special.
I was like, am I special?
But he's not a guest. Because he's been here like 7 times already.
Oh, wait,
on like multiple occasions. Well, when I get one, we could come back and talk about it. But we have a guest with us here today. Brother Bill is back in the building.
Yeah. Welcome home.
Thank you.
How are you, brother man, from the other
good.
man?
I'm good. Tired, but I'm good. I'm good.
It's good. And while we're at it, Uncle G, how are you?
I'm good. And the weather's finally getting ready to change, so
Yeah.
I am happy. I am
Finally
happy.
getting ready to go back in the house.
Time to have the chest out. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Flexing.
Yeah.
It's good. But yeah, we're here, to record a pod, so we're gonna do that. I just want to give a quick shout out, and I remembered his name, but I forgot. Just that fast. The actor. There is a they announced the new Doctor Who.
Oh yeah. I saw that the other day.
And,
I'm glad you brought that up.
He's black.
Yes.
They finally had their first black
Doctor Who.
So shout out to him. I can't remember his name at the moment.
I might actually watch it now.
But shout out to him. He's number 14.
Yeah.
And he's the first black one. It's crazy that it took 14.
Yeah, exactly.
That it took this long
to get there.
Nkudi Gatwa.
Yes.
I hope I said that right because
yes.
I am not
a linguist.
well versed in that language.
Yes, but shout out to him for
congrats
getting the role.
Yeah.
That's a good role. That was
that's a big
role.
Thing, And
I hope, and this is what I hope because it just came to me now that I heard about it. I read about it yesterday, and I thought about it, but I just really didn't. It's just when you said that this is a big role, it just dawned on me. I hope the fans of the show give him a chance.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope
a biggie.
Yeah.
That's a biggie because even with the Equalizer, right? That's on CBS.
Yes. Yeah.
Queen Latifah's getting she getting beat down, but people are watching. So I don't. So.
Yeah, people are watching, but she's still getting backlash.
It's because she's black, a woman.
Because she's black and a woman.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because
Denzel's got heat.
Black.
Yeah.
But he also got heat when he got the role for the Equalizer the first time.
Yeah.
Well, as you can see that, those movies are better. We just there's something we bring to the table.
Cold culture.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And style and grace. It's that 50 Cent song. God gave me style, God gave me grace.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the greatest. Give him a chance, guys.
Yeah, just give him a chance.
Give him a chance.
He's
and this is and here's the thing. This is where all you people who have said that you are fans of the show, this is where we're gonna really see if you really fans.
Yes.
Because if you're fans of the show, it shouldn't matter who's playing Doctor Who.
As long as they're a good actor.
As long as they bring, something to the table.
As long as Doctor Who is Doctor Who.
There you
Exactly.
go. Yeah.
As long as he has like the same as long as he has the same core energy as his predecessors, but just brings a new flavor to it himself. Who cares?
It's the same thing with the James Bond conversation.
Exactly.
As long as James Bond is James Bond, it shouldn't matter.
It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. It should not matter
at all.
If they find an Asian dude that's James Bond worthy, set him
Give it
on
to
up.
him. Set him up.
It's. I would love to oddly see a woman do James Bond.
I was just getting ready to say because the thing is 007. That's a number.
That's just a number. Yeah.
That's just a number.
Well, they did in the last one. They gave it to black woman actually. Was 007.
At the end?
No, like the whole movie. She had when because James Bond wasn't he wasn't a part of the organization. I can't think of it.
Okay.
He wasn't a part of the organization, but they called him back in for help and when they called him back in, they gave his designation out, and it was a black woman.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah, I remember now. I remember. Yeah, I remember
It
now.
was the
See, I unfortunately, that you talking about this was the one with Rami Malek in it?
Yes.
Yeah. I have not seen that one yet.
I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I heard it was real.
It was really good.
But I haven't seen it yet.
And I think that instead of finding a new actor to like reset the series, give it to her because she did really well.
Yeah.
Use her and just restart. You could recast everyone else.
Exactly. Yeah.
But just use the woman from the last movie to reset the whole thing.
That would be interesting.
It'd be interesting, but I don't know how many people go. Like,
No. That's a big problem. Like,
there's resistance for women in leading roles still.
there's resistance for women.
You saw what happened in Ghostbusters. They don't even acknowledge it.
Oh my God.
They sure didn't.
They sure don't. And
That's the
that
funniest thing.
and
it's
that
not funny, but it's kind of funny.
yeah, that's
They did like the 30-year anniversary, right?
Yeah.
And they were like,
That movie
nowhere to be found.
never happened.
exactly. Yeah. Kind
Now
of
I get it because it wasn't great.
really, you didn't like it?
No, I didn't.
I mean-
I kind of liked it.
For me, the premise of Ghostbusters is corny and
Yeah.
like cheesy.
Yeah.
So I think they just did what would.
What the men would have done.
Yeah, I mean, if men did that movie, it may not have been received as bad, but it gave like Nickelodeon vibes, just like the rest of them.
Yeah. I thought it was good. I mean, it wasn't great, fantastic. I enjoyed it.
It was better than Fantastic Four
Oh.
with Michael.
Oh. Yeah.
Jordan.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot that's better than the Fantastic. That's a low
That's what
bar.
I'm saying.
Paint drying is
Yeah, like
it was better than that.
That's a low bar.
If we let that sit in the movie theaters,
Yeah,
they
right.
did pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a low bar. But again, like I thought the first two Ghostbusters, they were cheesy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they were at least funny though.
Yeah.
But I mean, the cast you had for that, not disparaging the women, but like that's a different type of comedy with those guys. Like with the ladies, and then they were kind of given a ceiling because female comedians kind of have to tote this line.
Yeah.
And,
They were.
and I think it was a rush job too, because because the women empowerment thing, it was women empowerment time,
And the writers were different. Even though they kind of stayed true to the series, the writers were different. Because I think it was Melissa McCartney, the guy that she usually writes with.
Yeah.
He wrote this. It wasn't like the traditional who wrote Ivan Reitman. It wasn't like the Reitman team that.
and if they got them back, it could have been in the same vein. and
It
comedy.
probably would have been a little bit
It probably would have been a little different. Yeah.
And I also think they tried to copy or mimic much of the originals, as
Yeah.
opposed to making it their own.
It different. Yeah, making it totally like their own. Yeah.
and that affected the movie
Yeah.
as a whole as well.
Yeah.
But those are a talented group of women in that.
They
cast.
are
God.
in their
The-
own
the-
right.
uh,
Yeah.
There was not an actress in that team that I did not like.
Yeah. So
You
I
know.
mean, and they
I
all-
wasn't like I don't blame them I don't blame how I feel about the movie on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think it was written poorly
Yeah,
and the
it-
jokes
it-
just didn't land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like I said, I feel like it was rushed. That's just me.
Yeah. Like if it had more time on the shelf, not even on the shelf, like if they let it simmer a bit more and like brought in better writers, this movie probably would have been better because again, the one that just recently came out was not like great.
Nah.
No.
It was okay.
It was okay.
But again, it touched a nostalgic thing.
And that's the thing too that they didn't have, because did they have any cameos from the original cast?
Yeah,
were.
I think
They were all there.
I think Bill Murray. I remember Bill
Yeah.
Murray,
But they were all there except for
Ernie Hudson.
yes.
Yeah, but they didn't promote the film, right?
No.
They
No,
refused to.
no,
Like, one of
they-
them refused.
Like
to
you
promote.
didn't find out that they were in the movie until you
watched
saw
it.
the
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
And I think that's part of it too. There was no connection to the original.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there was no connection to the original. Even
No.
with Spider-Man, right? We just saw they teased us with the old Spider-Man and those guys coming back. And then those guys actually did like quasi media runs while the movie was in theaters.
Yeah.
That's a different type of promotion.
Yeah.
And it brings a certain type of people to the movie theater
Yep.
because Yes, Spider-Man's gonna always sell a lot. But I mean, when you tell me that the old Spider-Man come in,
Yeah.
Right.
it's a nostalgic
There's a whole
thing.
generation.
There's a whole
of people
generation
that's
that's going to come see this.
So I think
Because
Bill Murray fans, even if it's 20 of them, you would have had more
Yeah.
people coming out just
You're
to
right.
see cameos by the older people. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Because even with the latest one, Afterlife, the ending where they bring in a hologram
yeah.
of, I was like, oh wow, they really milking this.
They really are.
They had to recoup some of that money.
Yeah, they had a hologram of him. I was
And
like,
what's his name? The black guy.
Ernie Hudson.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, he was. My bad. He was in the original. Mm-hmm. I mean, not the original, the remake. with
Oh,
the
really?
women. Yes, he was actually. You know how
I haven't watched it in a while, so I don't remember.
The car was.
Yeah, everybody watched it once and never went back.
Hello. You know how it was kind of like a hearse that they were driving in the original.
Yeah.
In the remake with the women, the hearse that they drive in, they get it from him because Leslie Jones, that's her uncle.
Oh,
Yes.
that's right.
That's her uncle.
I remember.
He owns the
I
funeral
remember.
home
I remember now.
that they get the car from.
Yeah.
But his face when he turned to the left and saw Venkman standing not Venkman. Venkman?
What's it, Venkman? No, Egon.
Egon.
Yeah, Egon.
When he saw Egon standing next to him, I think that was everyone's face when, because who agreed to this?
Yeah.
Who agreed to this? Now, I understand, in the beginning, using his character, with you didn't really see his face, but you just saw some features that were very similar.
Yeah.
And then him being a ghost throughout the entire movie,
Yeah.
that would have been cool. You kind of just,
That would have been cool. Yeah.
you went a notch overboard,
Yeah.
making him physically show up
Yeah. At the end.
at the end.
Yeah.
But nostalgia is a good tool. I mean, they even did it in Bel Air when they didn't play Aunt Viv, but the Aunt Viv played some lady, and
Yes.
Will Smith's former mom in the old series played another chick. So they
Oh,
brought
really?
them, they brought them in to play different roles.
Oh, okay.
I mean, was that 70s show is becoming that 90s show, and they're bringing in the old cast just to do cameos. I mean, nostalgia sells.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just think that they did a disservice to them women by not.
I
just
think
promoting it.
because they did not really promote that movie.
Yeah,
No, they didn't.
Yeah,
They if anything, they kind of talked against it, and I was like,
yeah.
you know
Because
what,
even the early reviews, of
Yeah.
the movie, the people were putting out early reviews say this movie's terrible. Like they were not giving.
They
it
were-
No
a
one
chance.
was trying to give this a
nobody,
chance.
nobody
From the beginning.
from the beginning,
Yeah.
from the
no one was
beginning,
trying
when
to
they
give this movie
found
a
out.
chance.
I mean, Leslie Jones got so much bad hate mail, and the movie hadn't even been done yet, and they was already coming for her.
When she was single handedly carrying
She was
SNL at the
carrying it,
time,
yes.
it was like her and what's the white girl that's there? I forget her name.
Which one?
She reminds me of Kristen Wiig, but the
She played the Egon character.
yeah.
Oh, okay. You're talking about what's her name? Oh, I almost said her.
I want to say Kristen Wiig, but that's not her.
No.
No. Kate McKinnon.
Yes,
Yes.
Kate McKinnon. Yeah.
Kate McKinnon.
Yeah, she's great too.
Oh,
Especially when she's Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But okay.
Yeah. And speaking of hate mail, I have some today, gentlemen.
Cue up the hate mail sound.
You up?
I have some hate mail, and it's for a company that I never thought I'd have hate mail for.
Wow. Uh-oh.
Because I love them. If you listen to
Do you have to blink my face out?
no, we'll be fine. We'll be okay. If you listen to one or any of the episodes,
Yeah.
you know that we here at your Convos with Your Mom's Favorites, we're big Marvel fans.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We're super huge Marvel
Super.
fans.
Huge.
He's got hate mail for Marvel, ladies and gentlemen.
And I've got some hate mail for Marvel because last weekend, Doctor Strange released in theaters. Great movie. I even saw it twice in the span of 24 hours.
Okay.
Okay.
So what's the hate mail?
And it's not a Doctor Strange, and we're not going to go into that because I know you gentlemen haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
So we're not going to go into Doctor Strange, but it is aimed at Marvel as a whole. And I've touched on it briefly before, but now I want to get into it because I'm sick and tired of the fact that I have to go watch everything Marvel puts out because it's all connected.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
including the series.
Including the
It's
series.
a small series.
And it's beginning to cloud the movie as a whole. Like, not the movie as a whole, like the MCU, it's starting to become way too big. And
Too involved.
It's way too much going on.
Yeah.
And the plot holes and the plot points that were very minute in the beginning, it's growing larger.
Yeah.
It's not a pleasant viewing experience if you haven't seen certain things.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like before, you used to be able
Good
to pick
point,
up and just walk into the movie theater.
Yeah.
and just enjoy
Enjoy an Iron Man movie,
Yeah.
right? But now if I haven't seen Agents of Shield or Moon Knight, I'm screwed because
Yes.
well, when did Doctor Strange get this power?
Yeah.
Like, or when did this
Exactly.
person become a part of this dimension? Or it's different.
And it's interesting you said that because, again, I have not seen it yet. But I said prior to going into the theater to see it, I wanted to watch WandaVision again. And I'm listening to some of the dialogue going on in WandaVision. And a lot of it, you hear them literally say stuff that you already know is going to be that's going to have an effect on the movie. But if you had not seen WandaVision,
You have no idea.
you have no idea.
And they even said that you should have saw the last Spider-Man
Oh, yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
So it's like I gotta get Disney Plus, watch all of those.
Watch
series.
all of those.
Then I gotta go to the movies every time y'all drop something.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
then with this movie, they didn't even make it accessible on Disney Plus as they've made the last few. And Spider-Man was not on Disney Plus, so
because Sony still owns
because Sony owns it.
Yep.
So I have to now find. I have to literally go see this movie.
Yeah.
Like I have to spend money upon money upon money just to keep track of this stuff.
Of what's going on.
And it does become an issue for consumers to an extent because it's like, movie tickets are increasing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, for real.
they're selling out all the time, and then people ruin movies every day.
Yeah.
Right. And not even the money aspect is one part, right? But the simple fact that, as I've said before, if given the choice, I'm skipping WandaVision.
Yeah. I know. See.
I'm skipping
I
WandaVision.
watched the last episode, to be honest. I did not.
And if for me, if given the choice, I'm skipping Loki.
Right. But because we know that at some point,
It's just all
gonna
cross
end the
it's
over.
going to come back and we're going to miss it if we don't go back and watch these series.
Yep.
It's tiresome, right? Because again, Marvel, you are not the only content in the world right now.
Some of them aren't good. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Like some of them are not. Like WandaVision, they lost me by episode 3, and then I watched the last episode, right?
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, I did that because I felt like if I don't watch this last episode, I'm gonna be
You're
lost.
going to be
somewhere.
lost. Yeah.
Now, even with Moon Knight, I actually like Moon Knight, right?
No, Moon Knight was really great.
My thing is, if I find out Moon Knight really has nothing to do with anything until like 2 movies down the line, what y'all release this right now for?
Good point. Because again, I'm watching Moon Knight and I'm enjoying it for
Yeah.
what it is. I'm enjoying it just because I was a fan of the character. So I'm enjoying how they put together the movie and it was a beautiful movie.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at it and I'm in my head I'm trying to think, well, what is this? How is this fitting in
To what we are seeing
to
right
what
now.
we're seeing right now? And when is it going to fit in?
Mm-hmm.
And that is another problem.
Because
I have.
WandaVision should have dropped right before.
Right before WandaVision came out too
This
early.
is what we should have got the last episode for last Wednesday.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
WandaVision.
WandaVision should have been a lead in right to
Yes.
to the Doctor
It
Strange.
definitely
movie.
shouldn't have been first. But
No.
that's another problem I have. Because what if, right, as of right now, there are no signs that Moon Knight is connected to the MCU
at all.
At all.
At all.
At all.
Which is great.
So it's standalone.
It's
just
standalone, and that's fine because it's a good show. It has the views. It's getting a season 2. Great. But the simple fact that you said, sitting down, you have to wonder where and when it's going to take place and how it's going to connect. That is
Annoying
and way too much to sit down when I'm trying to watch something to figure out how's this going to take place.
Now you're looking for somebody from Moon Knight and Doctor Strange this weekend just to see.
To see like if this dot is going to connect here. And I miss the days when we just went to go see a Marvel movie just for the sake of seeing a Marvel movie and had no idea until the connection happened that anything was connected at all.
Which
That's what the ending scenes were for.
Which made it a lot more, which made everything towards the end, when you finally get to the end game, which made everything a lot more fun and a lot more because you're sitting there now and you're remembering all the other movies you've seen and because all those stuff is flooding back. And you're like, oh heck, all of this was connected.
Right.
And so you get like a big surprise, and it made the movie even that much.
Yes. And the series didn't have so much, because even with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., right, if you watch it back, there was like, little Easter eggs, right?
Yeah.
For the movies that came out
Yeah.
around it.
Yeah.
But they did not alter your viewing experience for any of the movies that were out at that time.
No, they did. If you didn't.
Drastically,
yes.
Which one?
You have no idea why the Winter Soldier is happening if you don't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
But you can watch the Winter
You can
Soldier,
watch
like,
it.
Yeah,
right,
but
and not know, like, the
you don't
Winter
really
Soldier's-
get it.
Well, it was good enough, the fight scenes. Like, when you see when they introduced the Winter Soldier in the film, it's almost good enough to just stand alone. All right, this guy's a bad guy.
I agree.
Right? And then historically, if you want to go to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you can. But even then, it was like, I could still enjoy that movie without having to.
Yeah, me too. Because I didn't like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I tried to watch it, but I just couldn't.
But now, if you don't watch, like, WandaVision, you're like, okay, so what time are we in?
Yeah.
Like, what time period are we in? Even with the Winter Soldier, like, they kind of did like a little quick backstory of like, oh, this guy knows Captain America from this or whatever the case may be, blah blah blah. But even now, you're like, all right, so this whole origin story, there's no origin story movies anymore. Like, you got to watch the series.
Yeah,
that's the origin story, and then by the time you finish that, a year and a half later, the movie that was connected to that story is gonna come out, and you just got to refresh your brain real quick.
Now, let me ask a question. Because I know this has a bearing in the Doctor Strange movie, and you've already seen it, so you can either say yes or no without probably giving too much. Now, let me ask you this question first. How many of you watched The Inhumans when it was on?
I didn't.
See? Nobody watched it.
I didn't.
And yet, here it is, The Inhumans, if I'm correct. Does that have a bearing in Doctor Strange?
It's not major.
No, it's not a major, but again, but there is a connect. There is a connection.
There is a connection.
There is a connection.
There is a connection.
So now it's like, here it is. The Inhumans isn't even on anymore.
No. Yeah.
They canceled that nonsense real quick, and now it's like you're bringing in the characters. So are they just doing a cameo in Doctor, or are they going to do a resurgence of the Inhumans?
I do believe that they are getting
gearing up
proper treatment.
Really?
Because if I'm not mistaken, the series wasn't. It was based off the comics, but not based off the comics.
Yeah, because it was weird, and I was a big fan of the comic, so I was kind of upset about it.
It's like they're like, you know how like they're trying again with Fantastic Four.
Yeah, again
they're trying again. Like it looks like they're gonna try again with the Inhumans. Yes, and make it more comically accurate.
Oh, okay.
There was the Elementals, right? Like what are they called? The
Eternals.
The Eternals, right? That was a movie, right? That's connected to everything.
Yes.
Now, I was never interested in seeing that movie.
No.
Never whatsoever.
I mean, honestly, you could have skipped it.
But that's what I'm saying. But there's elements of that movie, because I saw that, I think, in Spider-Man. It was like, I don't know if it was like a cube or something. I don't know. But I feel like I saw elements of the Eternals somewhere, or like characters being mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no interest in the movie. So like, if I don't have interest in the movie,
You got to see it anyway.
that's another issue for me
gotta
because
see
like
it.
I don't care about.
I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't
like
care.
because none of these people. I've never read a comic. I've never been
Not-
invested, so I
never.
can't find myself just going to spend money to watch the Eternals.
Nah.
Especially when everybody tells me it's garbage. Like if they say it's garbage, I'm definitely not gonna waste my time. You know. And with me, you know, I'm a glutton for punishment with Batman. I'll watch every Batman movie that comes out. Why? Because that's my guy, right?
I'm glad you're here because we're gonna get to that next.
I'm a glutton for punishment.
Yeah.
Even with Fantastic Four, right? It's got a little space in my heart. So I'm gonna go watch. We saw the terrible movie in theaters.
Me too. I'm a
You know what I'm
big
saying?
yeah.
So
yeah.
Also,
I
can
want
we
them
just
to do
say-
that good.
As bad as it wasn't all that bad.
Which one?
The one with Chris Evans.
Oh no. Those.
Oh no,
two.
those were fun.
Yeah,
Those
that's
were
what I'm
great.
saying.
Those
like,
were fine.
'cause
Those were like
there are
Ghostbuster
those-
cheesy.
There
Yeah.
are those who say that we haven't gotten a good Fantastic
no,
movie
still,
like
no.
at all.
No.
No,
Those
that's
two.
not
That's what I'm saying.
No,
Like at all. I'm
no.
like those two weren't.
Those two were good.
They're not that bad.
They're not that.
I can
no.
still watch those.
I can
right
watch
now.
those.
That
That
one
other one.
with
Michael-
Miles Teller and Michael B.
That
Jordan.
one was terrible.
No.
That one was terrible.
You could not make me watch that.
Listen, at the end of the day, the woman who played the Invisible Woman in that movie has yet to see the movie.
She has.
She
That's
said she
terrible.
hasn't seen the movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. She probably
I
felt the
don't.
vibe.
I don't blame her.
So if she hasn't seen it, why am I going to go watch it again?
What bothers me though is Chris Evans is Captain America. That's what, like, looking back and in the same universe, right? It's hard for me to go, oh, Human Torch is not Captain America. That's my only thing, right? And it's a little small thing. But like, it's odd.
Yeah.
It's really odd. Like, all right, now we
I
just
mean,
gotta
what's the name has the same problem?
who?
No, he doesn't. Never mind.
Oh, you two white people look alike.
Yep. Yep. It's all good.
Happens all the time.
No.
Chris Pratt, Chris Pine, all of them Chris's looking like to me. Nah, I'm kidding. But yeah, it's different.
You're not wrong though, but you are not wrong. But yeah, that's not where I was going. But it's frustrating. I need Marvel to know that it's okay to put out content
That has nothing to do with
that has nothing to do with anything else.
Anything.
I'm
Just
waiting for
like-
Storm origin story. Just give me
It's
that on
perfectly
Disney Plus.
It's perfectly okay to keep Moon Knight
Separate.
as its own thing.
Yes. Yes.
It's all
'Cause
right.
even
It's
watching
fine.
Moon Knight, when he was that episode where he like turned the stars back so they could see the constellations.
Yeah.
One, that was one of the
That
coolest
was
scenes
crazy.
I've ever seen. That scene was spectacular.
That was
But
crazy.
I'm sitting there watching that and I'm like, yo, what is Doctor Strange doing right now
Yeah.
as this is happening in the sky?
Right.
Yeah, good point.
What is your thought process, sir?
yeah.
Like, where are the Avengers?
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, they're in Egypt. What's happening in Wakanda
Yeah.
right now?
Right.
Yeah.
And
Right now.
What's annoying me though is that even with they have to make all the excuses for why the Avengers are not where they're supposed to be.
And it's all BS.
Captain Marvel ain't never been on Earth no. Like she just come back whenever
Yo,
she
she come
feel
back
like it.
when she feel like it and then disappear.
like bad stuff isn't always happening.
Like she's gone.
Right.
Gone.
And that excuse is Earth is not the only planet in the galaxy. That is
it's
a whole.
It's your home planet.
It's your home
It's the
planet.
home planet.
It's
number
where you
one,
from.
and
It's
number
home
two,
base
We got Guardians of the Galaxy for a reason.
for that
Yeah.
reason. Like you said that like there's not space police. Like
Right.
the Nova Corps is in
Yeah,
effect.
exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
There's actually space police for this problem. It is, however, a whole lot better than that nonsense they tried to spew in Eternals on why they didn't help with Thanos.
Oh yeah.
What was that reason? Because I'm never watching it.
They said we were told never to intervene with the matters of humans.
Yeah. And what did they find themselves doing?
I'm sorry. That's number one. And number two, Thanos a human?
Oh goodness.
No,
Thanos not a human.
No.
he's not a human.
First of all,
Bro, the end of the movie is them interfering with the matters of humans.
exactly.
That's the end of the
That is
movie.
it, yeah.
Oh, so
Then-
y'all had a eureka moment
Yeah,
after Thanos.
After Thanos.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
After Thanos.
They ended up doing exactly what they were told not to do.
And I was watching a video on YouTube, speaking on that real quick, that said, you know how they need the population to reach a certain number in order for, and Eternals, the Eternals were on the planet to stop the Deviants from killing humans because they needed the population to reach a certain amount.
Yeah.
So, one of a celestial could be born.
Yeah. Exactly.
From the planet.
Yeah.
You don't think that killing Thanos, who snapped away half of the population, was important enough to stop that from happening?
No. Exactly.
No, because we got word that we can't. With human, how many other people that were fighting Thanos were human?
Even as, like we said, a defense could be made. The Eternals didn't know why they were on the planet, but the Celestial who sent them, fam, you knew.
Yeah.
You could have had Salma Hayek be like, "Hey, yo, y'all need to stop him right now, real quick," and then disappear like it never happened.
Yeah.
Right.
And the funny part about it is that they knew about Thanos. The Eternals, not the Eternals knew about. They knew who he was.
They knew who he was.
They knew where he came from. They knew, they knew about his plan. They knew all of that.
And the thing is, if he wiped out an entire civilization of people, all of Gamora's family and all of that, nobody's antennas went up. Oh, he could go do this somewhere else.
Sam, his brother showed up in the end of the movie, and my question was, where were you?
Yes.
Where were you?
Oh, goodness. And here's the thing, because his brother was one of the survivors of Thanos' home planet, which he had already destroyed.
So you know already
what he's capable of,
what
he wants
he's
to
capable of, and you went and you did nothing.
That's because the force is not strong in those people, I tell you. Because Obi-Wan would never.
Like, what are you doing, bro?
And I'm thinking, I'm like, yo, Batman get a bad rap for not being, not caring or paying attention, right? But at least he'd have been like, okay, so this happened in Gotham. Let me call somebody real quick. Hey, this could happen near you.
It's and see, here's the thing, that and going back to your original point, this is what happens when stuff starts to get too big.
Yes.
You can't plug in.
Keep up.
You can't plug up all the holes.
Yep.
Especially if you have different directors and writers for each of your projects.
That's a big one. Yep.
And
everybody's trying to put their vision.
trying to put their visions, their dreams,
spin,
their ideas into these movies.
Yeah.
In an unpopular opinion, DC's actually doing better in terms of their universe matching up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they're taking their time. They're forced to take the time because they owe the fans
a lot.
Yeah.
We've been patient. We've been
lot.
they've been taking their time. Even when you see the transition between Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, right?
Yeah.
That is a seamless transition that you're like, oh, great, right? So then eventually when Peacemaker and Suicide Squad and all of that, all the DC, the new Justice League situation, all of that melts together, peripherally, it looks like a cohesive thing.
Yeah.
Because they don't have a ton of people's hands in the pot yet. And I just pray they keep it that way.
Well, no, they keep getting Marvel writers and directors for their stuff.
That
has been a big reason for the shift
in
DC.
And
I believe it. Content. And they may have left because it was getting too big. They probably like, yo, listen.
Right, because James Gunn, who did Guardians of the Galaxy, did the Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Suicide Squad, the Suicide Squad.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Like it's night and day difference, movie to movie.
Yeah.
But you can see that they purposefully went and changed certain. They said, "Oh, we got to clear these writers out and get brand new ones."
Yes.
We gotta listen. I'm a huge fan of Peacemaker. For me is standalone, right?
Yeah.
I could have watched that without a backstory, without any.
Yes.
And whoever's doing the writing on there, and whoever's doing the setup, I'm good.
Yes.
Keep them, and I am great. But again, Marvel just has too many.
It's too much.
Too much.
Yeah.
We gonna watch them.
There is such a thing. Like there is such a thing as too much of something.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right.
We gonna watch them.
We're gonna watch.
I'm gonna watch.
I'm gonna watch. Yeah.
Especially Fantastic Four come back. I am a huge fan. Like I love the cartoon. I love the comics. Like,
me too.
Yeah.
So I am rooting for a good Fantastic Four movie.
I'm really praying that they get it right, and I've said this in several episodes. I'm praying that they really get it right this time, please, and not do something so totally obscure with it that you're sitting there like, what the heck is this?
Yeah, and I'm waiting for them to try to make more money off the X-Men. I'm waiting.
Yeah,
because everyone knows I hate how they control alt deleted every X-Men movie they've ever had with the last one. Was it the Days of Future Past where they just...
Well, that wasn't the last one, but they did control alt delete the first three, which is honestly way better.
The last one was the First Class, right? First Class was the last one?
No.
No, it was the bad one with the Phoenix.
The Phoenix. Dark Phoenix.
That was not... I don't count. Like, that's one of those movies I don't count. Personally. Like I don't count
only
it
because...
It's like the first Hulk. I just don't.
I do only because... Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to need you to go ahead, pack it up. Pack it up.
I'm sorry, I can't.
There will be no Hulk slander on this show.
That movie slandered the Hulk, okay?
There will be no Hulk slander on this show.
Boy.
Oh my goodness.
Because even though that movie wasn't the best, it was the Hulk, so I was pleased. I will watch. I guess I will watch any and all of them.
But for me, that movie go in the bin with the Hulk, the Fantastic Four with Michael B. Jordan. Yeah. They all go in there with that Dark Phoenix, bro. And I don't like the casting at all.
Again, I give Dark Phoenix gets a pass for me because that scene at the end when it's like a 20-minute scene where they go to, she's in a mental institution. And the X-Men and Magneto and the Brotherhood, they're all at the mental institution for different reasons. Professor X and the X-Men, they're trying to help Jean. Magneto's like, you kind of got to go.
Yeah.
So they all at the scene, and then a fight starts there, and then they end up on a train.
Okay,
that whole half hour right there,
which is a great short movie.
Yes,
y'all could have made that
half hour right there.
Yeah, that could have been a standalone.
That's a moment right there.
That's a moment.
Because literally, I turn it off once they get off the train.
What they call them, Marvel shorts? That's what they could have had a Marvel short with that.
Like that whole scene right there.
Don't set me up for 2 hours and then give me half hour of greatness.
Yeah. The rest of it,
that was just mediocre.
But like, it's unfortunate too, because the whole, like you said, the movie as a whole was very like, but that scene doesn't belong in that movie.
Yeah, that was,
and that's it. So with the X-Men, they got to figure out something. And I want Wolverine in his yellow and blue suit. So
that would be fun.
I need to see it.
Well, listen,
because Hugh Jackman is cool.
Yeah,
and you need to find somebody at least close.
Yeah.
Well, no, what's the name trying to get him back to do that one more time?
He too old. I mean, no disrespect, but I wouldn't.
I think he could pull it off.
I think he could too because he still has the look. But I mean, Hugh Jackman, you can't put him on another 10-year contract No.
We're not trying to put him on another 10-year contract. Yeah. Ryan Reynolds is trying to get him to do Deadpool 3.
Oh, I can deal with that because then it's a whole different. Yeah. Okay, I'm talking about a new X-Men. If we're doing a new X-Men, I need y'all to introduce a new Wolverine.
Yeah.
Because I need longevity out of that one too.
Yeah.
And this is my problem with a lot of the characters they had. Y'all had to kill off the whole Phase 1 crew. Because they were like, yo, these contracts getting too big. Y'all getting older. Like, we don't want to do this no more.
Not the whole.
Like, what you mean?
97%.
Yeah, I mean, that's enough. That's enough for me to go to the funeral.
That's a good. That's a good.
Y'all had to kill Iron Man. Like, that's a thing. You know what I'm saying? Pepper Potts, y'all not going to call her. She get mentioned still, but y'all not calling.
Nah, you're not calling.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so for me, I just feel like we need to get a whole nother group of actors that's going to last the longevity.
That's going to have some longevity.
But also, they don't have to meet.
That part.
Yeah.
They don't have to meet.
That's true.
It doesn't always, it shouldn't, it doesn't always have
like, you could start, what y'all could start doing, it seems like a whole bunch of these superheroes live in New York City. One, why is there so many
See, I was gonna
supervillains in New York City?
I was gonna go to that point because I'm like, we done trashed New York a couple times, right? But what is it? Tallahassee, Tennessee, ain't never been bought. Ain't nobody go over there.
Ain't nobody over there.
Ain't nobody.
You know what
Ain't
I'm
nobody
saying?
over there.
There's no crime.
No,
Like,
you
you
know,
know,
what I'm saying?
Chicago just over there chilling.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
y'all got the Bloods and the Crips running around going crazy. Y'all ain't had no gang wars yet.
No,
Like
none.
I don't
Hello.
understand.
Ain't nobody landing to L.A.
None.
And here's what I'm scared. And here's another movie that they got coming out that I'm a little trepidatious about. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. But this Black Panther 2, I am very nervous.
Oh, I am all the nervous.
I feel like I know this is blasphemous to say, but I'm in the minority to say that he should have been recast or they should have passed down the helm to somebody else, right? And it's not his sister.
Oh.
For me, I just feel like there was more story left with that Black Panther character, not just the Black Panther character in general.
Mm-hmm.
That isn't his sister. Like I think you get down there eventually. Like I don't know how you shift to a new Black Panther, but somebody creatively need to figure that out because I don't know.
I honestly think this
know.
may sound bad, but put it on the shelf.
You think they should have put it on? You think they should have waited?
Put it on the shelf for a
It's
little bit.
too much money in Black Panther. Though.
And I get it. But let's say when this movie comes out in November.
Yeah,
Which is too close. I feel like it's too close.
That's close.
I feel
Which is
like
close.
they
which is real close.
And then the behind the scenes with this chick playing Shuri.
Hello, Shuri.
Yeah, she
I'm very
She was cute for the scene she was in. I don't
was
think she
good.
can carry an entire.
There you go.
An entire
Can
movie.
she carry a move? Can she carry? I mean, she's a good actress. I
and
mean,
that's what I'm saying. But this is big time
this
Marvel.
is big.
This is your shoe.
Yes.
You're filling the shoes of Chadwick Boseman, who
Chadwick
played
Boseman, man. Come on.
Black Panther. And like I said, your scenes are very tongue in cheek. And
Yeah.
yeah.
And really, your scenes, the good scenes you had was because you were playing off of him.
Yes.
exactly.
You know.
So I don't know. Again, I don't know if there was some way we could have got a bad version of Black Panther first. I don't know.
I don't know.
Like
I think
Killmonger
you could've
return or something.
You know.
Somebody had said that at one point that you know that it would have been probably better if they had somehow resurrected. You know, nobody really dies in the MCU, and so if they had resurrected Killmonger and he
Well, I mean,
took on the
if
mantle.
we're gonna be honest. We never saw him die.
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
much.
We never saw him die.
That's that's the route I
We
thought they
just
were going initially.
assumed
Yeah,
because he said, you know, bury me in the
He
ocean
told-
with my
yeah,
ancestors. Like
yeah.
because that's what he said.
that he died.
That we just assumed
And that
he
ocean could
died.
have been an ocean of reincarnation, and he came back.
But like they could have put him to sleep and just like they could have put him
Preserved
on
him,
ice,
yeah.
like they did Bucky
Yeah,
for a
hello.
little bit,
'Cause
and just
That's the thing too. Y'all don't ever have to kill nobody
No.
you
because
don't.
we've seen y'all put people in hyperbolic chambers,
Yeah.
put them on ice. Y'all done put them in under the water, and then they came back. Like I don't know. I'm just not sold on this girl being.
Yeah,
The leader of the movie.
I don't know if she could carry it. I don't. But you know, and it was really interesting is that they've been hinting at that it's her, but they're not.
That's true.
They're
That's
not
also
definite-
true.
They're
That's
not
also very
definitely saying that it's her.
So it could very well be Killmonger. We have no idea.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
that would be interesting
because the fact that they said the script got rewritten like seven times.
Yeah,
But they also make dummy scripts for like every movie now.
Yeah.
Like 1 million of them, so people don't know spoilers. So that's also a thing too, especially with your boy that played the Hulk, because they said they had to give him and Tom Holland like dummy scripts
Oh, why?
so they
'Cause they
don't
talk-
spoil in
'cause
their
they-
interviews.
They talk too much.
They talk too much. in
Yeah,
interviews.
they slip up in interviews, and Mar was like, "Yo, fam."
Y'all gotta relax. Like y'all gotta relax.
So they don't get full. They don't get full.
They don't get
scripts.
full scripts. They get the scene that they're shooting, and that's it.
And then they get like dummy scenes around it.
everybody else gets like these, like 4 or 5 papers. They get
They get
strips.
pamphlets.
Yeah. Comic strips. This is you.
Get stripped. This is your line for the day. The rest of your day is gonna be spent flipping.
Right. But thoughts and prayers to all the Marvel people, and we hope that
I get it together.
Y'all get
It's
it together.
perfectly okay.
I mean,
It's okay for nothing to be connected.
yeah. You don't have. In other words, you don't have to do what you did before. You don't have to do that again.
You don't have to do
that
it
was,
again.
That was that once in a lifetime thing. And see, here's the thing. Just because you did so well with it and because you made that work, does it have to be duplicated? No. Let that stand alone as a piece of cinematic history.
Because nothing.
Where
the lead up to Endgame will never be done again.
none.
The lead up to Avengers Endgame will never be done again.
Fam, the lead up to the Avengers.
Yes.
The first one.
Yes.
Can't be repeated.
Yes.
Can't be repeated. You can't do. You're not going to do that again. You're trying to make lightning.
Y'all remember how y'all
twice.
felt when Civil War came out? Like, just I don't get that feeling. No, like, no Marvel movie has done what Endgame did for. I went before I went to work that morning, and I went and watched 3.5 hours of a movie, and then went to work because I couldn't miss it. I couldn't miss it. I had to get a matinee because I work 4 to 12. I don't want it to be spoiled. It's Thursday. Like, I caught it. I'm like, I need to go see this movie, and I saw it, and I was in shambles. Like, going to work. I'm like, oh my God, I love you 3000. Like, I'm freaking. Like, I'm done.
Yeah, I was wrecked. I was
done.
And then when Phase 2 came out, right, and when they announced it, and you read all the movies coming, and I'm like, this ain't gonna hit. Like, for me, immediately it was like, this not even.
I was like, where do we go from here? Like, I wasn't like all the excitement left.
If they stopped at Endgame, I wouldn't have been mad.
I would have been fine. Here it was. You told a story over a whole, was it like 10
years?
Over a 10-year period.
Yes.
15 years almost.
Yeah, about 10 to 15 years. You took a story, you told a cohesive story and made it all work.
And it focused on one character if you pay attention.
Yes.
Iron Man, literally 2008 to 2019.
They were talking about, now in the first Iron Man, you see Claw.
Yep.
Yes.
So he had been there from the beginning. And so now you find, and you hear them talking about vibranium, and you hear them talking about Wakanda. So it's like
y'all laid the foundation.
The foundation had been laid from that movie, and here it is going all the way to Avengers Endgame, and we've had all these great things happen, and you're like, oh wow, they were doing this
from the very
beginning.
And the biggest flex is turning Terrence Howard into Don Cheadle. Like, nobody batted an eye. By 2019, we were like, you know what? You know, that Don Cheadle's been great ever since Iron Man 1.
Ever since.
We didn't even think about Terrence Howard no more. Like, it was just Don Cheadle being there the whole time. But, I mean, you know, y'all did it before.
Don't. It's
y'all
like,
ain't got to do it again.
Yeah, do it again. Give me something new.
Don't have to duplicate that.
Just leave that to the Lord. Leave that to the Lord.
Yeah.
Let him do that. Y'all don't have to.
Yeah.
Give me something new.
Just you know what? Do the standalone thing.
Right.
Let each. It's like because again, you go back to Disney Plus, what they're doing on Disney Plus, and everything that all these small movies that they're doing. Like, okay, you got the She-Hulk coming up. It's like, well, how is the She-Hulk fitting into all this?
Right.
You got Ms. Marvel coming up.
Yeah.
You know, so and here's the thing.
She's stronger than
I don't like the character of Ms. Marvel. But will I watch it? Yes, I will watch it because you don't know how this is going to tie in.
Some hometown connection.
And plus she's from Jersey. Plus she's from Jersey.
Jersey City to be exact.
Yeah.
You know, we'll roll with it.
Yeah, I'm rolling with it. But yeah, like,
you know, the She-Hulk again.
Because then it makes me ask the question again. Where were you this whole time?
That's the new question. Every
Where were
time
you
somebody
this whole
else
time?
come out, where were you?
Because a lot of these shows, well, like the new shows, they're taking place while something big in the MCU is happening.
Okay.
So if they're taking place while something big in the MCU is happening, and then you're just trying to weave that in there, why was it not known? Tony Stark, who had his eyes on everything, because that was even brilliant how he brought Peter Parker in there. He was like, bro, I've been had my eyes on you.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I've been watching you, but I liked what you did, so I was letting you do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Miss Marvel? Nick Fury, who, well, we can't count him because he ain't been on World in like 8 million years.
Allegedly.
But Shield,
Allegedly.
He like El Chapo.
right? Because he has the Creed. Is it the Creed?
You never know where he at,
Right?
but you know he there.
You know he's somewhere.
Somewhere.
That's my point. He's always somewhere paying attention. So why don't you know Miss Marvel's happening? Why don't you know She-Hulk's happening? Again, he might.
He might, yeah.
He might.
Yeah.
But he don't answer to nobody anyway.
But we won't know that until the shows come out.
Right. And y'all better get Sam Jackson for all you can now because he was 75.
Yeah, Sam is getting a little long in the tooth too.
Yeah. He may look 60.
Yeah, but he's.
But he.
I think they could have used this moment they should use this moment with multiverses
To introduce a new one.
to let Sam Jackson go home.
Okay.
And it's gonna be a problem, right? Because I thought he would have went home after Winter Soldier when he was like, you know what? He pulled the patch off. I'm done.
Yeah.
You know, I was like,
Yeah.
okay,
He's
so
done.
he's done.
Yeah.
All right.
That was probably contract negotiation.
Yeah. But you know, that was
that was an out just in case they couldn't get him to come
right.
back.
But because again, Black Nick Fury was a thing, but there is also a white Nick Fury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But here's the thing with that.
If you use the multiverse, here is your chance
Here's your
to let
chance.
Sam go home,
Yeah.
but still keep the Nick Fury character.
Yeah.
And Nick Fury ain't there enough for us to care. I'm no disrespect to Sam.
Well, yeah,
but
not
he
no
ain't
more.
he ain't there long enough for us to
Because
really
like
care.
you said, he's 75.
That again, even in the earlier Nick Fury even not Nick Fury movies, but in the earlier movies where he was there frequently, it's like Nick Fury, he's a necessary character because he moves certain aspects of the storyline.
Yeah.
But like we could get half of that stuff. Nick Fury called and said,
Right, but like, because all he did was walk in and say something cool,
Exactly,
real cool,
and
then walk out.
all we need now is cell phones where you get a text from Nick Fury, and now you know what he asked you to do. Because at this point, he's established. We know Nick Fury is that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The one,
That's it.
The one moving all the pieces.
That's it. And if
behind
Sam
the
Jackson, God
scenes.
forbid, go tomorrow, they could still have Nick Fury sending texts from outer world.
They sure can.
And that's the end of that. You ain't even got to pay nobody else to come in as Nick Fury. Unless you want to introduce the character again.
But I think that might be problematic. My suggestion to bring in white Nick Fury, that's going to send the black community in an uproar.
Let me tell you something. And this may be unpopular too.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all need to stop.
You're right.
Because we don't need representation matters, and don't let me make this seem like it don't. But historically, white characters could stay white. Like we just need.
Dude.
Yo, they made Batwoman black.
Dude. Let me tell you something. That's a big gripe for me, and I hate when they do that.
Mm-hmm.
They take white characters from the comics and turn them black because, and I've said this before. I've said this in other episodes. For me, the problem is this: you're saying to me by doing that you don't have enough confidence in the content of the character You don't have enough confidence in that particular character, or you're trying to pander to us.
Right.
You know, you're not going to let us just go see the movie, thinking that we won't see the movie
If it's
unless there's some sort of. You know what? Give me.
It's black characters in the universe already.
Exactly. Give me a black. A legitimately black. Don't make Kingpin black.
Because here's the thing: you got Storm's origin story, where she come from, a ton of black people, and she ain't the only one with powers.
No,
like Bishop was black.
All I'm saying is, here is just giving a scenario of what could have happened for Black Panther 2, right? Because we all know in the comic books, T'Challa marries Storm.
Yep.
He marries her. Mm-hmm. Y'all could have threw that. I mean,
that would
we didn't know
that would have been cool
that Chadwick was going to pass.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So this could have been in the pipeline for like this movie, or like going down. Like this could have been in the plans. But like have him marry Storm, and then you in Wakanda, and then y'all chilling with her for a minute.
Here's the thing: they could do an ending scene at the end of Doctor Strange. You know they do the ending credits, right?
Yes.
You could drop a newspaper that says T'Challa marries Storm or something like that, and somebody reading it like, oh my God, I can't believe Black Panther got married. Because time has passed or whatever the case may be. And you use that as a way to streamline into Storm being introduced in the movie. Like, because we watch unnecessary end scenes all the time. They're not as dramatic as they used to be.
No.
Also, just let you know, if you gentlemen do go see Doctor Strange, you
going.
do not have to. Oh well, yeah. When you go see Doctor Strange, it is not. I'm gonna save you some time. The end credits at the end, you ain't got to stay for that.
Okay.
Well, half the day out on the internet already, so.
Are they now? Wait. So that, but is there a?
There's a mid credit scene and there's an end credit scene.
Okay.
The mid credit scene is pivotal. The end credit scene.
So there is an end credit scene.
There is an end credit scene,
but it's not relevant.
Think Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, it's like that.
I love that movie.
I love that movie. I was like, I like that.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Okay.
But like you can stay for it, but
it's not really pivotal.
No.
Okay. See, but you know what? It's really interesting. But is it? I mean, when you say pivotal, I mean it has nothing to do.
Absolutely nothing to do with anything.
With anything. Okay. Because it's like
until 2025.
Yeah. And then it's like, you thought that it didn't mean anything.
Me and Sam Raimi will throw hands.
So I'm like, you saved this podcast until 2025 when they reference that exact end credit.
Me and Sam Raimi, we are going to throw hands.
Oh my goodness.
If this end credit scene plays anything into anything else down the line.
All right. Remember you said that.
That one scene is going to be the key that brings everything together.
Listen, and Marvel, if you use my idea of putting a newspaper on somebody's lap that say T'Challa got married.
Oh my goodness.
I want some.
There you go.
Because it's just simple. Like, y'all make all these unnecessary scenes, right? When y'all literally could just say, hey, we in Wakanda. Breaking news. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
T'Challa gets married to blah 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 blah. Passes away, like something. Y'all could do an entire like scene real quick because they done it before. But just to set up what happens in the next one. But they've already probably, from what we know, went all in on this Shuri character as.
Yeah.
I really hope not.
And what bothered me was it was during the hype of like women empowerment, and that thing, which I'm all for it, but sometimes I don't like how it just influences people to make decisions based on that.
I was just getting ready to say, but don't do it just to pander.
And that's what I'm saying. Even they had that
do it because it's relevant.
That moment where all the women were beating up. Was that Endgame too? Well, all the women were like fighting together.
Oh yeah. That was Endgame.
What are you gonna do? And there's an army of women behind. It was something that it was something mad cheesy, and I'm just like, oh come on, like. Let it happen. You ain't had
they
to
had one of those moments in each movie.
See what I'm saying? Like I just
remember in Infinity War.
Yeah.
Yes. ScarJo. No. Okoye was fighting the alien.
Yeah.
And she was like, "You will die alone." And then ScarJo's like, "But she's not alone."
And then an army of women come out. Yeah.
she's not alone.
Again, I'm not against those type of, but I feel like if you don't have to say she's not alone.
Just let it happen.
Just let it happen.
Just let it happen. It would have been more organic if you didn't have to throw in a line.
Right. Like just hit her.
Yeah.
It's much more effective.
Okoye and the crew, just the visual of the limb is enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah. Just the visual, even in the end games of all of them coming together, that was enough.
Yeah.
That was enough.
And I listen. No movie. This is not off the topic, but on the topic, right? When Endgame came out, and that scene where everybody pops out of their portals, and everybody goes crazy, that alone should have got that movie an Oscar.
An Oscar.
It should have.
Because the emotion that everyone in the theater felt at one time. It was not a soul in the theater that did not go. Go crazy.
Go crazy, yeah.
People erupted, and then you got that moment, and then 20 minutes later, you get tears from everybody. Like it's you can't manufacture that.
Nah.
And I think that it's a disservice that they don't get the respect that they
Also,
deserve.
speaking of Endgame, shout out to the white lady who sat next to me in the movie theaters when I saw
Hey Pam.
Endgame, and just I just want to thank her because I don't know her, never met her. We never spoke about it like after the movie.
Yeah, her name is not Pam, guys.
When Tony died, spoiler alert if you haven't seen Endgame already.
I think that was just Yvette.
But when Tony died, and I was crying my grown man tears, like she held my hand, like she just grabbed my hand. Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
No, she grabbed my hand and started rubbing my hand. Like, shout out to you, lady.
This is pre-COVID, guys.
Yeah, this is all also pre-COVID, but like, shout out to you for just consoling me through this.
Yeah, it's a very
cool. That was cool.
Let me tell you, I was an emotional wreck driving from the movie.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. Yeah, the Iron Man, that's my favorite character.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was very trying, and I'm just happy to make it through. And you were gonna mention something about my other favorite guy?
Oh yeah, no, just shout out to you and your love for billionaires with therapy needs.
Yes. I can relate.
For your love,
I can relate without the billions.
billionaires.
I think it's just a therapy need that we we relate on that level. Yeah. Nah, but seriously though, I enjoyed. I know y'all talked about Batman, but
believe it or not, we have not. Like, we've talked about it off mic, but we've never talked about it here.
We've never really gone into depth about it. It's just
wow.
Also, thank you for telling me you don't listen.
No, I don't catch it. I have a newborn. I'm sorry.
You didn't when Batman came out?
Yeah, I had a newborn coming.
Yeah, but you didn't have him. You were still going to work.
What date was Batman coming out?
March 4th.
March 4th.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My child was born April 16th.
It's a whole month.
Yes.
We dropped a couple episodes between that.
And Batman, I saw Batman 2 weeks after it came out.
I saw it that weekend.
When did I see it? I think. Yeah, I saw it maybe. I saw it maybe about 2 weeks before it came on. No, yeah, before they took it out of the theaters.
Oh, so you saw it right before HBO Max?
Yeah, right before HBO Max. And matter of fact, if I had known that was gonna happen,
you wouldn't have wasted your time, your money.
I probably would have waited and just watched it on HBO Max. Yeah,
but yeah, I saw it
twice.
No.
Oh, I thought you went to the movie twice.
Not to see Batman.
Oh.
I fell asleep on it.
Yeah,
I fell asleep twice.
You fell asleep on
while
it.
watching Batman.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. I'm shocked.
I fell asleep twice.
I'm shocked.
But I didn't go see it twice.
I enjoyed it. Call me biased. I thought it was.
I am calling you biased. Hello, it's nice to meet you.
I thought it was great. I think that it got whoever the bad reviews. I get your points, but I think that it did its job. I think if we're reintroducing Batman for the 100th time, you kind of gotta expect it.
That last statement is why I think I didn't enjoy this movie as much as others.
Why with the reintroduction of him?
Yes. Because as I said in many of the arguments I had as to why I didn't like the movie, we still have one more movie
with
Ben Affleck donning the cow.
Yeah.
One more movie.
Which one is that? That's
the Flash.
The Flash, yes.
If that ever comes out, if he could just stay out of jail.
If he could stay out of trouble.
Yeah, like if he could just stay out of trouble.
Isn't Amber Heard in that too?
No, she's an Aquaman. But for
that's another story.
From what they're saying, they've cut a lot.
She just need to be cut from the movie. See, I don't like that. Because when Kevin Spacey did what he did, he got cut from everything. When Johnny Depp was accused, they took him out of everything. She shouldn't get to have no minutes in nothing.
Also, he said that he said nothing on heaven and earth is going to get him to go back to Disney.
I believe it.
Who?
So, Johnny Depp.
Really?
And I'm not watching no Pirates of the Caribbean without Johnny Depp.
Right. So whereas I would love to, they were setting up for one more final movie because everybody was coming back
for a final
Pirates.
Wow.
Everyone agreed to come back because even in the last one, they were all in the end. But because they kicked him out of that, They kicked him out of Fantastic
And a
Beasts.
lot of the cast members decided we ain't coming back either. Like the people that rode with Johnny Depp,
Yeah.
they were like, we're not going back.
We're not
Oh, no,
coming back either.
I probably wouldn't have gone back either. I mean, first of all, because nobody else could do that role except him, and if he
Right.
and I'm sorry,
They might try to call Jared Leto like they do for everything else.
no, that would be too weird.
He the backup Johnny
he's-
Depp.
Oh, okay, that's better than what I was going to say. Sure, we'll call it.
You gonna say the poor man
I
Johnny
was
Depp?
definitely going to say the poor man's Johnny Depp.
Oh Lord.
It's I don't know. I you know what? Again, and I was just talking to somebody about the thing with Amber when you brought up Amber Heard. You know that they want all her scenes cut out. Is that what?
She's got like not even 10 minutes
She got
of
like
movie
10
time.
minutes left.
Who does she play?
She eventually plays like in the comic book. She plays his wife, Aquaman's wife.
Is that who she's playing?
Yes.
That's the girl. And they're gonna cut her out of the whole.
Yeah,
Well, you get a new wife. What Nino Brown say? Cancel that one. Give me a new one.
give me a new one.
Actually, they could recast his wife
Because she
Amber
played,
Heard looked like a lot of other white women in Hollywood.
A whole lot of other white women in Hollywood.
She played such a big part in the first one.
She sure
Yeah,
did.
she did.
She played such a big part, and so they're cutting out. They want to cut out all her scenes or most
Yeah,
of it.
because because of how Johnny Depp was canceled from just about everything when he was just accused, not even found guilty of.
She been lying.
Just accused, and it's coming out now that the abuse was kind of her on him.
Yeah,
Listen, Janet Hubert had a lot to do with Fresh Prince too, but
yeah.
Daphne Reed surely came and played on Viv.
Yeah.
So they can find
They
another
can find
Amber
somebody.
Heard.
They could definitely do it.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, I see your point now. I see the point now. I just think, it's like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not really 100% sure. Do I want? Does it matter? You know what? Because it's like, yeah, I guess you could take her out because her character in the scheme of things, really didn't matter that much in the first one. So I guess if they could take her out and make it make sense.
And we came to see Jason Momoa.
Yeah, and everybody's
At the end of the day.
at
We
the
ain't
end of
come
the
to see
day,
nobody
you came to see Jason Momoa. She was kind of like just
We came to see the poor man's Roman Reigns.
yeah.
We did.
She was kind of like just in there. Oh man. Okay.
And it's going to be unfortunate. I hope it doesn't affect the movie as a
I
whole.
hope that's what I'm saying.
Because Aquaman
I
was
hope it
one
does-
of
Better.
the better DC movies.
Yeah.
Certainly better than Morbius.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, I
haven't
didn't see.
seen
I
it.
didn't
haven't
see
seen
it.
It's not good.
No.
It was like an hour and a half. It was not that length of the movie dictated it, but it was just like, it was kind of outdated too. It was like,
Yeah,
it
because
was
that's supposed
just
to come out
off.
like 2020.
Yeah.
It was just
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah.
It hurt.
That's all. That's already a problem when they have to do that to a movie. If you're doing that many rewrites, reshoots, and all that stuff, then something's wrong.
You got characters that died.
Yeah.
Not that I know that, but I assume that COVID wasn't friendly to
Yeah,
everybody.
it's
Like,
like
you gotta, but back to my love for Batman though.
Okay.
I loved it
Sorry.
because that was the first Batman movie that I felt like I could have got jumped in the alley. Like the grit of that movie and it being very like
okay.
I feel like Batman should have always been like
Re-
Superman is for kids and is when it's light outside and Batman is like after hours when we get to it.
Gotham After Dark.
And that's what that was
Yeah,
it
like
for
Batman.
me.
Batman is when you
Batman
put the
always
kids to
felt
bed.
like exactly.
when you put
Batman
the
never
kids
felt
to
kid
bed.
friendly to me.
No.
Even his origin story is
No.
like some wild, like, you know what I'm saying? Mom's got the pearl snatched off her, boom, they offed him, boom. Now he's an orphan by himself and he's
Yeah.
getting taken care of by. So the darkness and the person, so Robert Pattinson did good in terms of the depressed side of Bruce Wayne that we never really see. Right? They allude to it with the older Bruce Waynes in terms of like a very telling scene for me was like when he didn't want the windows open, like the shades. Like he's like close the shades and his skin is pale. Like he just looked like he dying, right?
Yeah.
And when he puts on the suit, he's an entirely like I didn't feel like Bruce Wayne was like Batman, right? I felt like with Christian Bale, I felt like Christian Bale was under the Batman suit. But like with Robert Pattinson, I never felt like he was Batman. To me, they were two different people watching that movie.
Really?
Yeah, I think they did a good job of contrasting both of them.
To me, it was like he wasn't trying to hide. It's like, to me, and don't get me wrong. I kind of, when I finally sat down and watched the movie when they showed it on HBO Max, and I watched it the second time, I kind of got it. I kind of got what they was doing here. That this was a young Batman. He was still fresh from training, and everything for him had just happened. Even though it happened when he was a kid, losing his parents, the effect that it had on him, it was still on replay in his head all the time.
Even with that little boy that was at the crime scene, like when they made connection to that, and he's like, I was that little, in his head, he was like, I was that kid before. So, and Batman, this Batman was more likely to kill people. In my head, and I'm like, this is the Batman that, you know what I'm saying?
He was the homicidal Batman.
It was just, and then I also like just the premise of them, like when the light goes up, it's not, it's them running away, not them calling for help.
Yeah, and I told Mo, I said, even when he was Bruce Wayne, he looked like he was about 2 seconds from going Dark Knight on you.
Yeah. He was just he was ready to
snap.
Was
like 2 seconds away.
I miss Michelle Pfeiffer. I will say that. I did not like Catwoman being Zoe Kravitz. I kind of like nobody's Michelle Pfeiffer. For me, that's my Catwoman.
First of all, no, until they find somebody who can top Michelle Pfeiffer,
she was drinking milk out of the boat. I vividly remember that.
Yeah.
Halle Berry was a better Catwoman than Zoe Kravitz.
I know you can put applause to that because let me tell you something, and I always said this about Holly. She didn't write the script.
No.
I don't blame her for that movie.
That was not her fault.
But the essence of Catwoman,
she had it.
She had it. There is a scene, and I've said this, my favorite scene in the whole movie. I know, pray for me. Is at the end when she's walking across the roof.
That cat.
With the cats.
I'll tell you, that cat walk.
Bruh.
That cat walk.
Just for that, like he said about Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
If y'all gave me 20 minminutes,
just her cat walking.
I'd have been asking for a Catwoman too. Because that scene ain't deserved to be in that movie, right?
Oh my God,
that's what I said. That scene don't deserve that movie.
And then she flicks the whip. I was like, why couldn't there have been more of that?
Right. This is before marriage, babe.
Yeah.
But I was, I'm like, come on now, give me that scene in a loop. But shout out to Catwoman and Halle Berry, and Michelle Pfeiffer. Let me tell you something. If Michelle Pfeiffer wanted to don the cowl today, if she wanted to put that little hat on, I'd roll with it because she still look good.
Yeah, Michelle still.
So I take it.
Yeah.
If she want to come play old Catwoman real quick, just to show them how to do it.
Just to remind them who she is.
Because it's nobody. Yeah. She outplayed Batman in that movie.
She made you forget Batman.
Yeah. But again, I enjoyed it, and it might be because I don't like. This is my first time enjoying a Batman since Christian Bale played Batman.
Yeah.
I like Ben Affleck is cool for me. He's just a common day Batman for me. Like he not a, how do I put it? You know how you gotta have the family friendly Batman, like just the family friendly person that appeals to all audiences.
Yeah.
I feel like Ben Affleck appeals to all audiences.
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson, not really, and he exceeded my expectations because my expectations were low. So that could be why I enjoyed this movie so much because I went into it thinking, this is gonna be a waste of 3 hours.
Yeah, I sure did. I did. I really did because I'm not a Robert Pattinson.
I left that movie saying that same thing.
I know you hated it. It's okay.
Saying that same thing.
Even the Riddler was weird.
Nah, man.
So but I enjoyed him because I'm like I was happy
the best parts of that movie.
I'm happy he turned into QAnon. Like I'm happy he turned into like this hacker dude that was
Yeah.
like, because it made sense. Because riddles are based out of. I was wondering how they were gonna, what's the word? Modernize it.
Yeah.
Because the Riddler was such like a who
Yeah.
doing
Well, they
this?
pulled that from the Arkham series.
Yeah.
I
Which is-
feel it.
yeah,
they
which
pulled
is-
that right from the Arkham
Well,
series.
a lot of that movie had Arkham written all over, like the
Except
Arkham
Batman.
series written all over it.
Except Batman.
I didn't. Well, Batman from the Arkham series, I did not. You know how I felt about that kid. I did not think he had the essence of Bruce Wayne. I don't think he was battered enough. For me, I always see Bruce Wayne as like this. He about to snap like Kanye. Like I don't know.
And see, me, I never seen that.
Right.
In every version of Batman I've ever seen in my life,
Bruce
Wayne
He's a playboy.
is the smoothest dude.
guy. He's
I will-
James Bond.
I will
Yeah,
steal
yeah.
your girl from you sitting at this table.
Right, but for me, his origin story never. So, and that's the thing, right? So Robert Pattinson, and like he said, he played the young I feel like young Batman, right?
Yeah.
He should never get to that stage. Like eventually, older Batman should, because like I'm tired of living in the past, and now I'm gonna just do everything I couldn't do earlier, or whatever the case may be. But for me, Batman has always been this anti-hero kind of guy,
Yeah.
where he's broken inside. So like, that's why it takes a lot for him not to kill. Or that's why he has to constantly tell himself,
Then
"Yo,
give me a
chill."
movie where he don't play Bruce Wayne.
Okay. Here and
Like, kind of like, just give me where he don't play Bruce Wayne. Because Robin Pattinson wasn't, well, for one, Robin Pattinson for me wasn't believable, period, on
But he
either
was
side
in
of
the-
the
he
coin.
was- but he
Like,
was
on
in the
either
suit.
side of the coin. Like, in the suit or out the suit. Like,
But for the most of the movie, he was in the suit, which I also liked, because it wasn't. I'm here to see Batman.
Right.
Like a lot of times, they give me way too much Bruce Wayne. I'm not
agree.
here
Yeah.
to see him. This is called Batman. I want to see Batman. So that's why a lot of it, he was in the suit, which I appreciated. It was just the Penguin.
for me,
I didn't even know that was Colin Farrell. I'm being honest.
yeah,
I had
nobody
idea.
knew that was Colin Farrell.
I had no idea. I'm
Yeah.
like, who is this dude? He's great as Penguin.
Yeah.
And then when I looked it up, I said, they put the makeup on you.
Yeah,
they did.
Holy
nobody
crap.
knew that was him.
And I liked his character as like a mob boss, like
Yeah.
like he's supposed to be, you know. Like you said, it felt like a lot like the Arkham series. And again, everybody played the best role, but Bruce Wayne.
Here's the thing, and this kind of like just came. What we saw in in the movie, and this kind of like made me give it a pass because it didn't focus. Usually in the movies, you like you said, you don't get a lot of Batman. You get a lot of Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
He really wasn't Bruce Wayne in this movie.
No.
It was interesting. He was so fixated on becoming Batman that Bruce Wayne was pushed in the back. So I would be interested to see what the next, if he did it again, what the next movie, because now it's like now you got to work on the Bruce Wayne person.
You have to flesh out Bruce.
Yeah,
and even with
because
Alfred, he was
we're getting
barely
Batman
even.
too.
Huh?
We're getting the Batman too.
That's going to do another.
Yeah, they're doing
Yeah,
that one.
it's like to
'Cause
see how
Alfred
you
was barely
flesh
in the
that
movie.
out.
Alfred was barely in the movie. It was a lot of
Yeah,
aspects
right.
that we're used to seeing.
Yeah, that we're not.
that they did not have. So
Again, this is
it just felt different for me. That's why I was happy that I'm like, thank God, because every Batman movie, if you line it up, every first Batman movie, it's kind of the same. They introduce Bruce Wayne as this smooth, suave guy.
Yeah.
He goes home. He's reading the newspaper. Alfred's home, giving him coffee. He turns in like, oh, something's happening. You find out what the lair looks like. You find out what the Batmobile looks like. It almost follows a formula. This one just didn't really give it. They was in nightclubs. Like it was again. I felt like I was watching an episode of Power with Batman on.
Which is also why I don't think that what's the name deserves the slander he gets.
Who?
Ben Affleck.
no.
Oh no!
One
No.
because
No, I thought
he
Ben
never
Affleck was good.
he
was
never
good.
got a Batman movie.
Yeah.
First of all, right, and the town shows me that he could play Batman. Like
Like he
if Ben Affleck need to go to a
showed
dark
me
place,
He played like I don't see where everyone else trashes Ben Affleck's Batman because for me he wasn't terrible.
I feel like Ben Affleck as
definitely
Batman was
not.
necessary at the time that they needed a Batman. Number one, and number two, like you said, he never got a chance to showcase Batman by himself.
No,
and to
didn't.
really flesh out that
Yeah.
character.
He never-
so
he
when
never
he got
got-
on, he just looked like an imposter. Like he
Right,
looked
he
like
never-
oh crap,
he never got his
They
shot.
couldn't get Christian Bale for the movie, so
Yeah,
they
so
just
they
hired
got-
Right.
Ben Affleck.
He
Ben
never
Affleck.
got his shot. So I don't see You know,
Now, to your point, if Ben Affleck was in this Batman movie, I'm good.
it would have been a whole lot better.
Yeah.
For me,
I'm good.
Yeah.
it would have been a whole lot better for me.
But again, Robert Pattinson, it's hard to go away from his. I can't stand that.
I can't.
I do not watch nothing with Robert. This was
Me
the first
either.
movie
Yeah.
since
Twilight.
since that Twilight movie that you showed me that I have watched with Robert Pattinson in it. This was my second time seeing that man, and it's not it's not about his acting skills. It is about the writing that they did in this. That's what I'm saying. If they took him out and put in somebody, I'm trying to think of a it's this white boy that's so good at like dark characters. I can't think of his name right now, but like that's it for me. Like, unfortunately, Batman and Catwoman are interchangeable in this movie, and it's still the same movie for me.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem. I guess.
the villain shined in this movie. Like
Absolutely.
The villains were
villain
incredible.
shine. Because again, one of the biggest gripes I have with the Batman, right, is the scene that introduces us to the Batmobile.
Okay.
Oh God, yeah.
He's fighting the Penguin,
Yeah.
and it's fisticuffs. Like it's hand to hand combat. Like, how old are my fisticuffs?
Yeah, you pulled that one out of. You took.
I
Now we can
wasn't
tell
gonna
why
say
you didn't
nothing.
like the new movie. Adam West Batman over here.
Goodness.
But they're fighting hand to hand, right? And then
They're tussling.
they're
Oh goodness.
so they're going back and forth, right? And then, out of nowhere, Batman disappears.
Gone. Yes.
Gone.
Yeah.
Like he disappears.
He's like, you know what? I don't have time for this.
And then all of a sudden you hear this rumbling.
Oh yeah.
And then the next thing you know, you see the car turn on. And I'm like, but why?
How?
Like, because Penguin didn't get in the car and start driving until Batman got in the car.
Now, here's the thing, too. On the Batmobile subject, I actually liked that he had the poor man's Batmobile right now.
Oh, no, it fit
because
him.
I love that Batman. Stop. Don't do that.
He didn't.
Only because I feel like everything is a work in progress at this point, right? You're just becoming Batman. You're just learning how to be this person.
Yeah.
A lot of times,
That was
homie
it.
just pulled up with a Batmobile that's to the nines and got all the
bells and
attachments. Like,
whistles.
bro, how you do that? You just got out of training. Like, what you mean?
Yeah.
We know you got the money, but you don't know what it takes to defend the city yet. And I think that's also part of what that Batman was doing. He was trying to find his way as Batman. They even had to tell him, "You don't kill nobody." You know what I'm saying? So, again, it's the casting. Zoe Kravitz, nah. I mean, she's hot, but who cares?
She didn't have it.
She didn't have the Catwoman.
No, I'm just not.
For me, Robert Pattinson didn't have it.
No, and if you stand him up against all the other past Batman, he bottom of the line.
He didn't have
Absolutely bottom of the line.
He didn't have
and
it.
that includes Val Kilmer, because
Oh.
Another reason I'm excited for this new Flash movie is because Batman is coming back.
Which one?
My man
Michael Keaton.
Batman is going to show up.
Yeah.
But see, I think that also would have helped though. If the Batman wasn't Bruce Wayne, hear me out. If Michael Keaton or not George Clooney, Christian Bale made a cameo, right, and said, "Hey, I'm handing the helms of," like if they did the Batman Beyond thing, right? If Robert Pattinson played a new version of Batman, and then he's still learning how to be Batman, and he has the new Batmobile, like I think that would have went over better than them trying to push Batman restart again.
Here's what me and Dennis came up with to a compromise after we argued for like 20 minutes about Batman.
Oh, because he was up there with the Dark Knight. He put it up there with the Dark Knight.
Whoa.
No, like not even a little bit. But here's what we came up with, right? Because I said at the end of the
Heath
day,
Ledger did not die for that movie to not be better than any other Batman movies. And Dark Knight Rises is low key underrated. But
It
go
is.
ahead.
But what we decided on, and like what we came to a conclusion, one, because one of my biggest issues is, fam, it's way too soon.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
again,
I
my
agree.
argument is
Yeah.
we're not even finished with
with
say about him what you feel about him. Ben Affleck, the book is not closed on Ben, Affleck as
No,
Batman.
no, because he still got some mileage.
He still got some, like he still has another movie to do.
Yeah. Yep.
So because of that, it's too soon to be reintroducing Batman again.
Yeah.
But Batman can't have a multiverse?
If that's what they're doing, sure, but they're not doing that.
I mean,
they probably
we don't know.
if they probably won't do it now because Marvel's doing it.
Well, isn't that what Flashpoint is going to be?
It is.
Like about.
It is kind of.
So we might get Ben Affleck, Christian Bale, Robert Pattinson,
No,
Michael Keaton, Val
Please
Kilmer,
don't.
George Clooney.
God no. Oh God no.
Please don't.
God.
Please don't.
Have you
Please
seen?
don't.
I was going to say, have you seen what Val Kilmer looks
yes.
like?
Yes. No, please
Oh
don't.
gosh.
But,
Yeah, they're gonna have to use that. What's that? That CGI they use
Yeah.
on Professor X.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, don't do that.
No.
But what we came up with was because of that, right? Put Batman on a shelf. Develop your other properties, develop your other entities, develop your other.
We're not just gonna throw
The-
Batman on the show.
He need to sit there for a little bit. I understand you love him. He need to sit there for a little bit. And
You can't have DC without Batman.
but you can though. You can. You don't want to,
Oh no.
but it's definitely possible.
Well, maybe they put him on the shelf to work on Superman because he's doing better than Superman.
That's what I'm saying. Like, put him on the shelf.
They
Develop,
still ain't found a proper Superman yet.
Yeah.
develop your other characters because you have a plethora of them.
Yeah.
And then what you do is, right, like 10, 15, 20 years from now,
Oh gosh.
maybe, no, like 10 to 15. 10 to 15. 10 to 15.
Well, my son could beg me to go to the movies.
Exactly.
You kidding me?
If
I
you
want to
let,
watch.
let me finish, and you will understand.
Okay.
10 to 15 years from now, right? You drop a trailer. And it's the trailer for Batman Beyond.
Okay.
And you do that movie. That would be the perfect reintroduction after like years of no Batman. Because like it's
Okay.
a lot. We've been having Batman
Yeah.
he get redone more than a little bit. Like
Yeah. Batman
Batman
gets
and Spider-Man get redone more than anything else right now.
Than any other character in either Marvel or DC.
Or DC, Batman and Spider-Man,
Batman and Spider-Man have gotten a lot of the most mileage.
they got mad mileage.
In defense of the studios, they make money.
Oh yeah.
That's the problem.
That's the problem because they
That
make
is the
money.
problem.
Because they make money.
Because the thing is, we could shove Batman for 15, 20 years, but if just Superman ain't getting us money like Batman,
No.
if Venom ain't getting us money
no.
like if certain
Wonder Woman's
Wonder
not,
Woman ain't-
yeah.
At the end of the day, Marvel straight.
Yeah.
Marvel,
Marvel
well, they
straight.
can shove a lot of characters. The problem with DC is they have not rebound from their previous failures. And the thing with Superman is, right, they haven't found this. Superman needs to be done like they do Spider-Man, and I'm gonna explain. Superman as a standalone character is not interesting. They need to have supporting character. Like, if it need to be based around, not based around, but if Lois need to be more involved, if Superman, like, earthly friends need to be, something needs to happen where he's not the reason for just not the main focus. Because Superman's boring. Like, by face value, he's kind of like Captain Marvel, where you call on him because he is the end all, like, he can do everything. But he not like
We haven't gotten a good Superman story.
yeah,
That's
and
what it
I
is.
think
Yeah, because again, like Ben Affleck, I don't think Henry Cavill was a bad Superman.
No.
no, but he also didn't get a chance to flesh out
No.
as Superman.
No, Superman. In other words, Superman always becomes a character who's more about special effects
Yes,
than anything else.
anything else, yeah.
You don't get to see.
there's no real true investment in Superman after all this time. There's no personal investment in Superman.
If they make Injustice the movie, all of that changes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Because here's the thing too, you don't love Clark Kent like you. We know Bruce Wayne, right? Clark Kent, we know Peter Parker. Like, we have investment in them. Clark Kent, there's never been a real reason to get invested in him.
Because the only thing with Clark Kent,
yes,
that's different. Smallville never transitioned into big screen Superman.
well, that's because they weren't the big giants that they are now.
But that's what I'm saying. So right now, tons of people miss Smallville and don't care about it because it's been so long. So you can't just jump into Superman and think that 10 years ago when we watched Smallville, we remember.
Clark Kent only exists because we want to see him change into Superman. That's all.
He's a transition. He's a transition.
Honestly,
it's like
I don't need to care about Clark Kent.
Yeah,
like
I just want to.
This whole
change into Superman.
Like,
take off the glasses.
Iron Man works because it's Tony Stark. Tony Stark is just as interesting. Tony Stark is more interesting than Iron Man.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Then Superman never needs a 2-hour movie then.
Like, what's the name?
No,
Batman works because Bruce Wayne is just as if not more interesting than Batman.
Right.
Yeah.
I could not care less.
But that was
what
my
Clark
point.
Is doing.
That's my point in terms of
time.
a Superman movie. You can't just have a standalone Superman. Like, it literally.
That's why I said if
like
they
Captain
did Injustice,
yeah,
the movie,
and that was why I love Injustice so much, because of the fact that it gives you a whole. It's like it opens up that question: what if Superman just loses it? Just loses his crap. Just loses. I said, what would you do? What would they do? What would you do? What would you do?
It's more money in Superman being a bad guy. It always has been.
Yeah.
Listen, that's how it works in wrestling.
Yeah.
You don't like wrestlers don't get big until they have a heel turn.
Yeah.
Except for John Cena, but
except for John Cena.
Yeah.
Well, he started off as a heel, so
yeah.
He was a bad guy and then became a good guy. So yeah, I mean, Superman. There's more money in him. What was that? What was the movie? Excuse me. When he turned into oh my God, when he was fighting himself. What was the cartoon? Cartoon Network.
Doomsday.
Was it Doomsday?
Yeah, because remember they thought he died.
Because we watched that I remember us watching that like on Premiere TV.
Well, no, I didn't, because I wasn't in the country.
No, we didn't. Not together. But when it came out, I remember
Doomsday.
watching it on like Premiere TV, Cartoon Network. Yeah. That was a good one.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
And they need to make that if they made that into something.
They could do that.
Yeah.
See,
well, they tried, but they just shoved it in the Batman versus Superman.
It's like when you see Superman do stuff other than the quote unquote Superman stuff that he normally does. You know, that's when he gets interesting. When he gets into situations where he, like you said, in Injustice, where he loses it. There is a scene, I think, in one of the Superman cartoons where he's fighting Darkseid, and he says to Darkseid, he looks at Darkseid, he said, I have always had to hold back every time I ever fought somebody. He said, but now I am not holding back, and he whooped.
That's it.
Man, one of my favorite Superman scenes in the cartoon, which is, again, back to our conversation, while the cartoon writers need to come on board for these movies.
Yeah.
Because one of my favorite scenes is Superman going to the White House. Lex Luthor's the president. I don't remember what Lex did, but it pissed Superman off. And Lex says, so what are you going to do, throw me in jail? And Superman said, no more. And then the next thing you know, the entire White House blows up.
Yeah.
Like, show me more of that Superman.
So the issue with that is, in a cartoon world, that's great.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be hard even though we've seen it, it might be with
translate
the culture
that.
now.
Yeah.
Translating that on screen and having Superman blow up the White House, people would lose their minds.
Not that specific scene. It doesn't have to be
in that ilk.
Something
like
in that vein.
Yeah,
where Superman does something completely left of what everything Superman stands
that
for.
He normally would
he need to do that in the next movie if he need to be invested.
Yeah.
You're right.
That's it.
But listen, maybe Black Adam will be good.
I have hope in Black Adam.
I hope so. I'm hoping.
The Rock really disappoints because I point to Red Notice as one of those movies where it's like, what? But then, oh my God, like
No, Red Nose was really fun.
really, really fun.
It was fun.
So I think Black Adam, and especially with how long it's taken them to make it, and then just
and the simple fact that the Rock looks like him.
Yeah.
Like he looks like a
Yeah.
superhero.
He looks like.
See, that's where you just put a black man in a hero costume and you let it happen. You don't just.
That's not putting a black man in a hero costume. Black Adam is black.
That's what I'm saying. You put a black man in a hero costume that's made for a black man. You don't, it ain't like Shazam. They made the Rock Shazam.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, God, no.
That'd be terrible. Or
that would be terrible.
Yeah.
make one of us put on a peacemaker outfit.
No.
Yeah.
But it's, I mean, all this to say, superhero movies are in a better space than they were 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I need y'all to go see Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah. No.
He is surely becoming one of my top 5 favorites because he is just.
No, not for Doctor Strange.
You don't like Doctor Strange?
He's all right.
I mean, my favorites have shifted because a lot of them not here no more. Like a lot of them not coming back.
As long as Chris Hemsworth don't go nowhere, I'll be fine.
Chris Hemsworth's cool. Yeah, he's up there.
As long as Chris Hemsworth don't go nowhere. But no, I'm just, spoilers of the devil's nectar, so I'm trying not to do that for you guys, but it's just so much I want to say right now.
I know. And actually, there's a lot I want to ask you, but I'm like,
I want to ruin this.
I'm like, nah, I can't. I'm not gonna ask.
There's so much I want to say right now, but I can't because you guys haven't seen the movie.
Yeah.
Before we end this on the Marvel thing or the superhero thing.
No, we're about to end it. So
before we end it, quick question. Is it just me, or I could take like a good 5 years off of a Tom Holland Spider-Man movie? I think I'm very good on Tom Holland and Spider-Man.
What do you mean?
Now. Like I feel like I'd rather him go away for a little bit before I can't stand him. Because I'm getting to a point where he is very, very, very much annoying me.
Here's what I need from Spider-Man right now. I either need Spider-Man 4.
With Andrew Garfield, right?
No. Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire.
Okay.
Oh no.
Or
no, because Spider-Man 3, he never got his 3.
The Amazing Spider-Man 3.
Yes.
I need one of those
I need
two
the
movies
Amazing
to
Spider-Man
be made.
I need the Amazing Spider-Man 3 to happen.
Because I don't think he got his respect.
No, he did not.
I like Tobey, but I'm still iffy about Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. He needs a third one. There was rumors that because you know how Venom was in the last Spider-Man movie at the end. The rumors is that he is in Andrew Garfield's New York.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That would be good.
Shout out to Ed Hardy.
And
that would be good.
that's how they're gonna come together.
Okay. That would work.
Tom Hardy. That's
Ed Hardy's
I was waiting
the
for you to
clothing
finish so
brand.
I could fix it.
Okay.
That
Ed
would be
Hardy
good.
wearing Tom Hardy wearing
When Ed Hardy.
That'd be nice. Venom looked like something Ed Hardy would have put out, like on the shirt.
Yeah.
But that sounds good. I'm with it because Andrew Garfield, he deserved Amazing Spider-Man 3.
No, he did. He definitely does.
But especially after this showing, and he was the most compelling Spider-Man in the last one.
He was the one that you watched.
Yeah. When you put the 3 of them on screen together,
he was the one you watched.
And it was surprising to me because I never thought that.
Me
when
neither.
I finally saw the 3 of them together, I'm like, holy crap. That's Spider-Man. In my head.
I was like,
and I realized how I always was like, Tobey Maguire is my Spider-Man, but in the same token, I had too, because Andrew Garfield came out in my formative years as well. So it was like, interesting.
Yeah,
but shout out to.
I think it came out too close, so we didn't try to
give it a chance.
Yeah.
I always hated Kristen Stewart, so
yeah,
I was much happier with Emma Stone, even though she got offed.
Yeah, but
too bad Mary Jane didn't.
I had to learn to like Zendaya. I didn't the first time
she's Michelle Jones anyway, so she ain't even Mary Jane, so she could
that's right.
They could kill her off and then have Mary Jane come in.
So
she could go to Yale and never see. That's the thing. When she said my name Michelle Jones, I said, "Oh, they really okay? They're not sticking with."
I'm like,
no, she's still MJ though.
I had to, but I had to learn. I had to like her. By this third one, I kind of liked. The first time I saw her, I was like, I
Yeah.
I did not.
By the time you like it, now you gotta forget her.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is
Yeah.
about her though. I always just want to protect her when I see her, like on
Really?
screen. Like I always just like I don't know what it is about Zendaya, but every time I see her on screen, I want to just like fight, like just protect her and like if
Fight
she's
for
like
her?
cry, yeah, like
Even in Euphoria?
I mean I only watched the first season, so
Oh, she on drugs?
yeah, like I just
Oh, you
even
still
then
wanna
I just want to
protect
just
her?
get her help. Like
Nah, I don't.
I just want to protect her.
She
I
make
didn't
those
watch
decisions.
season 2, so
she make
you
those
know.
decisions. She's a crackhead, but it's different. It's, you know what I'm saying? Her mother tried to get her help. It ain't work. So, but shout out to Euphoria. Love it.
Love the show. Great show.
Great.
Show it to the kids.
Oh yeah. Yes. Nah. Please don't show them
No,
kids.
please don't
Don't
show.
do that.
Don't let
Don't
your
show
kids.
the kids.
Even though
Please.
y'all let them kids watch Degrassi.
Yeah.
It ain't that far off.
I say I never watched Degrassi, so I don't.
It's Euphoria without nudity.
Are you kidding me?
It's
I'm not
Euphoria light.
Are you
It's
kidding me?
Euphoria light.
Uncle G.
But not like it's not light. It's like Euphoria is putting 5 scoops of sugar in your coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Degrassi is like putting 4.5 scoops of sugar in your coffee.
But it's on daytime TV with like
Yeah.
It's not on a premium network. And we can end because I know you. But yo, the first episode I've ever seen on Degrassi, this chick was online She was talking online to a sexual predator and met him at a hotel room. I'm like 12. And I'm like, holy crap! Like,
Yeah.
like
It's-
yo,
it's-
it is that serious.
I was getting ready to say, wasn't Degrassi
G.
out when y'all was kind of young?
Yes, but it was
Yes.
it was a Canadian show, so I
Yes.
guess up there
I guess
you could
know,
do
it's fine
whatever.
up there, but
But that thing came down here. Then when Manny wore a thong to school, and they walking, and then when homeboy got shot and stabbed, and
Yeah.
it's different.
that show
Drake
was
got put in the
different.
wheelchair. Uncle J, Degrassi would paved the way. Kids and Degrassi equals Euphoria.
Oh my God.
yeah.
Shout out to Kids too. That was a great movie. So are Too Young, but I get it now.
It's wild. But Brother Bill, thank you for joining us
man,
today.
it was great.
Thank you.
It was
Brother
like great
Bill,
having you here.
Sound like you ready to pass a collection plate.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Thank you for having me. Thank you for
for
having me.
joining
Oh,
us.
man, enjoyed you.
Yeah.
This was fun.
I'll make sure you're back.
Yeah, just call me while I'm off. And we'll
Of
be,
course.
I'll be back.
Sure.
Of
Yeah.
course. Of course. But yeah. Until the next one, we out.
All right.